How can God allow the killing of all these people? Because it seems a bit different from if one person murders another person. Because in this case, it's God telling them to go and do it.
Okay, so you're right at the end that there's a difference between a person deciding to go kill somebody else and God commanding such an action. I don't have the authority to take somebody else's life. But if there is a God who created life and who gave us breath, then God would admittedly have the authority to command such an action. Now, of course, that raises the question, why would God command such a thing? And I will fully concede this is one of the hardest questions to address, but a handful of things that I would say to just begin to make sense of it. We saw this in the flood in Genesis 6-9, that it said every thought of everybody was evil all the time. There might be some hyperbole there, but there comes a point where there is so much evil and so much wickedness that God's job is to come in and judge. It says in Genesis 15:16 that Abraham would be given the land, but not for 400 years until the sin of the Amorites has run its course. Meaning they had generation after generation after generation to repent, and they didn't. A ton more can be said about this. This great book that's written by Paul Copan, Is God a Moral Monster? That was the first one, and then he did a second one. So, wonderful question. Wish I could give you more, but that's a few places to start with.